Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Lucas. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, because sadly of the passing of Fred Ward, underrated actor, Reba Williams, Uncommon Valor, among others, and he was in this underrated sequel, Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Great sequel. To me, the best direct-to-video sequel out there, in my opinion. But Lucas wanted me to talk a bit about the first Tremors. Now, I had a review up, but sadly, there was a copyright claim because I used a bit of a trailer with no audio in the corner, so then it's up fine for a while, then it's blocked like 2-3 months later. Now, Tremors is a classic. Tremors is one of those films that I saw as a kid quite a few times on VHS and loved ever since. It's my kind of movie where you have blue collar, and you know, someone one time asked me, what is blue collar? Blue collar is people that do the dirty work day in and day out, working day by day without the elegance or all the bells and whistles that the white collar, all sorts of lawyers, doctors, they work hard too, to be fair, but they're doing the dirty work that no one wants to do, and they come home, they're sweating, they're greasy, they're dirty, and they're just taking it day by day. And you know, talk about whatever it is. I miss characters like that. Whether it be the first Alien, whether it be in this film, whether it be even, you know, films not many people know about, like Stephen King's Graveyard Shift and all these other movies where they felt like regular people that you would know or you would recognize or you could relate to or just enjoy hanging around. Even if the monster didn't come up, you still enjoy these characters, and you could watch a movie just with these characters without the monster. But having the monster makes it a great, wonderful bonus. Now, Tremors 1 is directed by, this is a bad with names, Ron Underwood, who would go on to direct City Slickers, my favorite Billy Crystal film, and sadly, Pluto Nash, which he did do films after that, but it definitely hurt his career quite a bit. Because, yeah, he did films after that, but they're not up to the prominence that he probably could have gotten before that movie. It was written by S.S. Wilson and Brent Maddock. These are the guys who helped write, I believe they worked on Blue Thunder, I believe with John Badham. I know they worked with him on Short Circuit, so I don't know if they worked on Blue Thunder, but I know they worked on Short Circuit, which is a film I really enjoy. And then these guys were with the franchise for a bit, because like S.S. Wilson directed this one, and the same writers wrote this movie. I think another one would go on to direct Tremors 3. And then after around Tremors 4, then they kind of left, and there was a Tremors TV show, and that didn't last long. There's no way it could last long. There wasn't enough there for it to be a TV show in the first place. But you have these beautiful locations, great cinematography, and you have these handymen, Val and Earl, played by Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward. Now, at the time, Kevin Bacon, he was going through troubles. His films were not doing the best at the box office. I believe his wife was pregnant, and he wasn't sure what to do. And at the time, he's like, man, now I'm doing this fucking movie about fucking underground monsters. What the hell is my career at? But he did not show that frustration on screen. He played it to the tilt. And nowadays, he considers this one of his favorite roles, to the point that he actually opened the idea to come back, and then they did a pilot that's never been shown. And I guess whoever saw it didn't like it, and then they didn't make the show. Okay. So, you know, it's nice that Kevin Bacon, this is like one of the films he's fond of. He's fond of playing the character. I know recently with Fred Ward passed, he had some very nice words to say about Fred Ward Fred Ward and working with them, which was nice to hear. And him and Fred Ward worked excellently together. Fantastic chemistry. From the very beginning, these two felt like they were friends for 20 years before this. I mean, from the get-go, they're giving each other crap. Fred Ward's sleeping. Kevin Bacon's go up to them. Hello, Mr. Bassett. This is your wake-up call. Please move your ass. He sees like 3 cows. Then he's like, I'm going to scare him. Jumps in the truck. Stampede Earl! The other way, the other way! And when Fred Ward falls off the truck, he looks. It's like, you dumb shit. And Kevin Bacon's like, how many would it take for a stampede? Is it 3 or more? How about a stampede up your ass? And just arguing about everything, arguing about who made what food on what day and what do they need to do this day. And yeah, they're relatable people. They do the dirty work, they put up fences, they clean up garbage, all that stuff. They want the better life. They know this is just slumming it. And they decide to leave this little dinky town for hopefully a better livelihood. At the same time, you have Finn Carter, who is this geologist from school that's looking through some readings. And lo and behold, there's some underground monsters that decide to stop Val and Earl from getting to where they need to go. And pretty much trap this group of less than a dozen and Perfection, Nevada becomes one giant smorgasbord. It's under the goddamn ground. And the film is just a combination of... This is why I get very judgmental on a film today, whether it be a creature feature film or whatnot. Because I look at a film like this. This is a film, when it came out in theaters, I think January 1990, it did no business. Granted, the trailers, I thought the music they used and some of the trailers were not the best. One trailer was fine, but there's another trailer that's like, there's a lot of shit to go around, shake, rattle and roll. It's like, I don't know, I get what you're doing, but I still don't think that was the right song for the trailer. But sadly, this film didn't do well. It was only until VHS where people saw it, people enjoyed it. I mean, that cover definitely, which is funny because this is not how it looks like in the movie. I mean, I guess you could say technically the graboid has these little tons, and you just say this is one of those tons, but even then they don't have teeth like that. Like those, they don't have teeth like this. I think when people saw the poster, they thought it would look like that. So, but it's definitely a cool poster. Definitely as a kid, you go, "Whoa, what's that?" And the designs by Alec Gillies, Tom Woodruff Jr. are wonderful, and the makeup effects are fantastic. And this is the thing: you have these practical, done for real effects that hold up to this day. The animatronics, the way they worked it, the puppetry. Other than one brief scene when Burt, Michael Gross from Family Ties, and Reba McEntire, the country singer, they're in their bunker. There's a bit where Michael Gross is kind of in the same frame as the creature. That doesn't look the best. They could easily just cut that out. You didn't need that. It's like 3 seconds. But other than that, this is a wonderful effects-driven movie, but at the same time, it doesn't forget that the characters come first, and the characters are likable and entertaining and funny, like flipping for it, in order what to do next, or saying lines like, "See, we do nothing now. See, we plan ahead. That way, we do nothing now." Earl, he explained that to me. And the other characters too, Michael Gross being such a gun-ho survivalist with his wife Reba McEntire. They worked very well together, have the bunker with all the guns and being very paranoid of the government. It didn't seem over the top, as in Like, you bought these people were that paranoid. Finn Carter, I thought she was beautiful. She played a smart, intelligent character. She wasn't just a damsel in distress. In fact, she had or tried to have the answers as much as she could. Sadly, Finn Carter went in through some legal troubles lately, so which is too bad. Wish her the best. And the love story between her and Kevin Bacon felt sweet. It didn't feel forced. It just felt sweet. The Victor Wan, who was in Big Trouble in Little China, is Aid Shin. Sorry, my nose itching for some reason. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Maybe it's just allergic to the BS that this film flopped when it came out back in the day. But, from the get-go, it is a nice mystery because it shows a point of view shot. It doesn't play its hand too early and showcasing what the monster looks like, what the monster appears. And then later on you think it's these little snake things. And then when Val and Earl are almost ready to see this thing come up, it must be 1,000,000 of them. Then you see it's a much bigger creature. Nope, it's just one. And the characters just felt natural. The way the dialogue meshed with each other, the way that they talked with each other, it felt real. And it was just fun to listen to these characters hang out. And the writing, building up stuff to make sense later. Oh, why do they have a scene where Victor Wan's cooler or whatever's on the fritz? Okay, you put that in to showcase that they're handymen, but they show later on, so it makes noise. We gotta unplug it real quick, and then the monster comes out of the floor of the store. Oh, you bring up the little girl, she's doing the pogo stick with the headphones on. You bring that up so later on, they're being still because the creatures can sense vibrations. Oh shit, that's what's happened out there, and Kevin Bacon has to go try to save the girl. You show what these monsters can do in the beginning, like they can pull a damn car into the ground. You show that because later on, when our characters are on the roof, and you see this monster trying to take this thing down, you go, well, it took down a car, so to definitely give these guys trouble. And it's like this elevation of despair where we try to get out. Oh shit, we try to get out. There's one dead guy. Try to get out. And their first thought is it's a serial killer. So they're going, Val and Earl see this, they're coming back, and they tell these construction guys, dude, there's a serial killer. He's like cutting heads or something. I'm not kidding. And of course that'd be your first assumption. And then the two construction guys, oh, they're pulling our leg. The other guy goes, yeah. But then what does he do? This is like a random guy. He does like a pickaxe and he's watching. That's a character trying to do the smart thing. You see little stuff like that throughout films like this. You go, this is when people knew how to write better than the films of today. They don't pay attention to this stuff. The score works well for the film, whether it be the more Western type of moments to showcase how desolate this place is, to showcase they're in the middle of nowhere. And this is 1990. This is not the age of cell phones. You just call someone and be fine and dandy. Although even if it was, it'd be, oh, it's blocked somehow. The signal is blocked. But is that the era of that? And as the movie goes on, it's this level of figuring out what this creature is, and then dealing with Finn Carter, and the three of them are a team. And there's a lot of good, funny bits in it. Like when they're walking and Fred Ward thinks he's being attacked. Goddamn prairie dog bear. Sons of bitches. And the humor works. It doesn't feel stupid. It works well with the characters. Like when they're on these boulders, they get from point A to point B, and they get these things to go from one to the other. Fred Ward tries to do it. Oh, shit! And you're laughing because you've built up what kind of characters these guys are. And then Kevin Bacon does it, and Fred Ward's like, it's good. Good job. And it's consistent with the tone. Which is why, in this instance, PG-13 works well for this. It does. Like, the rating, I don't think... Well, actually, yeah. Rated R, it didn't need to be rated R. And there's enough little bloody moments, like you see the remains of a head that's just left behind. But you didn't really need to see more. And I thought it worked well with the consistency of the humor and so forth. Now, granted, if it had gore, I'd be like, okay, cool. Honestly, I'm always up for gore. But I'm just saying it's not bad because, oh, it doesn't have gore. This is a film that works even without gore. It works. Because all the attributes fit well together. How do we solve the next problem? Oh, vibrations, stay still. Oh shit, there's a little girl outside. She can't hear because she's got the headphones on. Okay, get up on the roof. Shit, that's not going to do it. Okay, maybe the vehicle. Oh no, they fucked up the vehicle. Oh, there's the bulldozer type of vehicle. We gotta do that. Then we gotta get out. Oh shit, they dug a trap in front of us. Now we gotta find another way to get out of this situation. It makes sense. It makes sense. And there's a lot of great moments between the two are running, Val and Earl, and you think it's going to be the heroic jump across the way, but they don't quite make it, but the thing busts through it. It's dead. We killed it. Fuck you! Or later on when they're having an argument. Oh, sure. Oh, sure, Earl. Everybody knew about this. We just didn't tell you. Shit, no one knows. No one else has seen this before. Or later on, they're trying to figure out what to do, and Val's like, alright, you start thinking. And then Fred Ward's like, well, why do I gotta do all the thinking? And then Kevin Bacon's like, well, who died and made you Einstein? But it doesn't feel like it gets annoying or aggravating. It feels like playful argument banter between two characters that seem like they're best friends with each other. And it's just a nice story. You know, the guy getting the girl at the end. Nice little kiss. Practical effects are well done. Characters seem consistent. There's no out of the blue behavior. They go, where the fuck did that come from? A lot of attributes that made this to be an absolute classic. It's a damn good movie. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's funny. Characters, writing, effects. Easily up there in my top favorites of all time. Love this film. I think the sequel is also very well done. And a damn good sequel. Now, I'm not going to go in depth on the Blu-ray, but if you can still get this, it's very well worth it. Shit, and it flew out. This is the Arrow video, the showcase for those who haven't gotten this. I think there's a 4K version too, but this is just the Blu-ray. It actually comes with it's a poster on one side, and the other is this cover. If you want to hit it up. I'm not going to unfold it, but this is a diagram of the graboid itself. How it moves, all that stuff, the inside workings of it. The cover you can flip to either that side or this side. I'm using this because it's the classic poster that I remember seeing on VHS. Even inside, there's little cards. There's this classic here with our two heroes. This is the whole group of characters. Even a little fun bit where, Victor Wan's character, Walter Chain, little coupon for his store. That's a nice little fun motif. And then it's a Blu-ray and a bonus disc. And what's on this is new 4K stand, approved by the director, 60-page perfect bound book featuring new writings. That is this book here, which goes into a lot of the articles about the film, whether when it came out, or, like, for example, the articles of Tim Newman talks about how Tremors came to be. Good-humored but free of snark. It's suspenseful and gruesome but not too upsetting. Down to earth in a field overrun with stargazing. Enamored of his imaginary creatures but always more struck by its human characters. Legitimately exciting, stirring, romantic, and strange. Well-crafted studio genre picture, and now seems timeless and built to last. I agree with that. You have the original press kit from back in the day. You have, which is like about the filmmakers, about the cast, at least at the time. There's Finn Carter, who sadly, like I said, got through legal troubles recently and does not look the best through time. Hopefully she does better, gets the help she needs. 1990. This is a April 1990 Fangoria magazine article where people at the time talk about the making of the film. We have Jonathan Melville. He wrote a book on Tremors. Got this? Yeah, it's this one. Don't fall. A little bit of dust on there. Been a while since I read this. But yeah, if you're a Tremors fan, this is well worth a look. See, you see how much damn dust it is, because I forgot to dust this off. Sorry about that, but fucking shit. Complain about my allergies, no wonder. But this is a good book on the Tremors franchise. This goes up to the TV show? I think Tremors 5. Yeah, The Road to Tremors 5. And it talks about in-depth on the making of Tremors, Tremors 2, Tremors 3. So if you want to hear about Tremors 2, this is the book to do it. This does talk about Tremors 2. Did Sally no interview with Fred Ward? Does he never want to be interviewed? But really good book. Well written by Jonathan Melville. You tell he's a big fan on the subject. So he writes an article on this about the first film. Put that in there so I don't forget. And then the Blu-ray, I would imagine the 4K may have this as well. New audio commentary by director Ron Underwood and writer-producers Brent Maddock and S.S. Wilson. New audio commentary by Jonathan Melville, which that's a pretty good commentary track. He does a nice job, showcases a lot of information. Brand new documentary by Universal Pictures, interviewing people like Kevin Bacon, Michael Gross, Ariana Richards, which she was the little girl. Ron Underwood, Brent Maddock, S.S. Wilson, among many others. So it was cool to have Kevin Bacon talk about the film. A newly filmed interview with co-producer Nancy Roberts. Newly filmed interview with director of photography. Newly filmed on-set stories from associate producer Ellen Collette. New featurette interviewing the crew behind the film's extensive visual effects. New featurette on the film's music with composers Ernest Troost and Robert Folk. Newly assembled compilation of overdubs from the edited for TV version. Then we have the documentary from the 1995 DVD, which is cool that they added that on there. Carry that over. archive compilation of on-set camcorder footage showing the making of the Growboys. Press kit. A press kit is pretty much when some type of, what do you call it, Entertainment Tonight, like that kind of channel back in the day on TV. This film coming out soon to a theater near you. And then they would see like snippets of people talking about the film. They would send that out there, then the network could plug it in however they want. And here's a little bit of footage of the film and they use for promotion. You know, that's part of a studio paying for marketing, as well as posters and stuff. Trailers, TV, radio spots, as well as trailers for the entire franchise. Image gallery. And then this too, you do get longer interviews, like a longer interview with Ron Underwood, one with Brent Maddock, one with S.S. Wilson, one with Nancy Roberts, one with creature designer Alec Gillis. And then you get 3 early short films by the makers of Tremors. Which, yeah, you know, only if you want to watch them. Some of the fact that, you know, it's sad that Fred Ward did not do an interview, and again, Finn Carter was with legal issues. Reba McEntire, I think she's usually busy with music and, you know, her music career. Great collection if you're a fan of this film. Highly recommend it. And this is an absolute classic. I love the film dearly, and still holds up to this day. Rest in peace, Fred Ward. Wonderful as Earl Bassett. You were an essential part making this film such a classic. And to me, one of the best monster movies out there. You want to see a movie that details how to deal with creatures, human characters, making them likable, making them easy to root for. This is a prime example of how to do that and how to do that well. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We will see you guys later.